Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. A slightly different video for you today, talking about 2023 predictions and what I'm going to do. I think that a lot of markets are going to probably fall a little bit this year. I think the stock market, property market, crypto markets will continue to devalue as interest rates and inflation, are pretty high. I think, big money will probably rotate out of stocks. And I think in the residential property market, I think people are going to get less value for money as individuals and families can't afford to buy properties, at 6%, or 5-6%, and 600K would be 30 to 40, 35,000 or something a year, something like that. That's a lot of money after tax for an average family in the UK, and it's probably translated in America, Australia, and around the world. Property is going to become a lot less affordable. What about the angel world? I think in angel investing, the same. I think that there's going to be devaluation as people have less discretionary income as a background to spending more on their mortgages. They're going to be able to have less discretionary income, and that's going to cause a pressure on B2C companies. I think B2B companies are going to suffer as well, potentially because of persistent inflation and the things they're buying, inventory, etc. I think it's going to become more expensive. Wages are going to go up. So I think in the angel world, I'm probably going to invest a little bit less in angel investments as an indication. I've been pretty aggressive with angel investing in terms of percentage of my own capital that I've employed or invested in angel investments. I've probably got about 30% of my overall net investments outside of property in angel investments, the remainder being about 30% in standard equities and 30% in my pension. I haven't counted property in there. So what I'm going to do off the back of my predictions I've made, I think there's going to be devaluations in some angel investments, and I want to focus on cash flow. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to be making videos on this channel about updates from interesting companies I follow and any that I think are particularly interesting to invest in. If I invest at all at this stage, it might be micro amounts. And this year I'm going to focus on generating cash flow. The reason why I'm going to do that is because although the asset class that I'm interested in investing in will be at risk from devaluations, I think the income is still going to be good, and that is property. I think property will go down in price, but rents are going up at the moment. And I think that cash flow from different styles of doing property, the styles I choose, can be very, very attractive. For example, I've bought in England and a couple of different properties, and the rents I'm getting, the yields are kind of between 10 and 20%, whereas the average I think in London is like 3%, and outside of London is maybe 5-6%, depending on where you choose. Maybe a bit higher in certain other areas. Nevertheless, I will be producing some videos on property a little bit, on what I've been doing over the last 2 to 3 years, on some of the experiments I've been running, which, some of them work out and some of them don't. But I think that could be interesting to viewers. If you are a average investor and you're not putting in, 5 figures each time into angel investments, and maybe your income is being, is changing due to the recession, due to interest rates, I think it is a good idea to start thinking about diversifying income. How can you get additional income streams, whether it's taking on a side hustle, taking on a second job maybe, or starting a business, or getting into property or some other means. And I'm doing kind of all of the above. So if you'd like to see more videos about property, more videos about side hustles, more videos about second jobs, more videos about all those kinds of things, then let me know in the comments section below. And check out my other videos that may be popping up that could be relevant to you. Make sure to like and subscribe. And remember, the knowledge is power, especially the right kind of knowledge, and progress, of course, is everything. I'll see you guys in the next upcoming video. Take care.